So you clicked on this video because you want to know how to create an SMMA marketing strategy for your clients. I run a 7-figure SMMA with my business partner, David, and I can clearly break this down for you in a few easy steps. For you to fully grasp this, I've broken down this video into some clear sections. First, I'm going to help you come up with the strategy uniquely to the client that you're serving. Same concept as I could hand you a fish, or I could hand you a strategy, or I could teach you to fish. So for every client you bring on, you're going to have a game plan. Secondly, I'm going to break down everything that needs to be in the campaign to ensure success. The intention behind this video is for you to come up with strategies easily next time you speak with a client and not have to go back onto YouTube and be searching for answers. So let's dive into it. So first up, how do you come up with this strategy? Now, you're most likely just starting out and you're working with clients that don't have big budgets and they can't afford to waste money on a campaign that's not going to work. Your clients want to see attributable conversion, meaning if they spend thousands of dollars, there's something that comes out of it. There's a return associated to that campaign. They will not want a campaign that just gets a bunch of eyeballs or a bunch of viewership on their brand and actually doesn't turn into meaningful results. These are wasteful campaigns. I'm talking about digital branding here, but a good example is a billboard. You've got thousands of people whizzing by and seeing this and getting views and getting attention, but what are the quality of those views? Are any of those people whizzing by actually in market to buy or even remember the sign in the first place? This is more of like a branding campaign. So many people that do this are like personal injury attorneys. You may see their billboards, but they can afford that because hundreds of thousands of people can go by and they can be in the red and have them not turn into customers. And one of them is injured and then needs help or support from this law firm, and they can make millions of dollars and be back in the green. Most of your clients aren't going to be in that position. They're going to be businesses that are more conservative and have a limited budget and they need to convert. So let's build a marketing strategy around that. Before you make any moves, you need to understand your client's business and your client's ideal customers. You need to understand this deeply. I cannot stress this enough. You can create the most perfect campaign, the best imagery, the best video, but if you don't deeply understand your client's ICP or their ideal customer profile, none of it matters and it's going to be a complete flop. So ask yourself these questions to ensure you're building the right type of campaign. Number one, is your client B2B or are they B2C? Meaning, do they sell to other businesses or do they sell to an individual buyer or consumer? If it's B2B, the targeting is going to be a lot more straightforward. So ask your client, who's the buyer at the organization in this business-to-business transaction? Is it the CEO? Is it the VP of procurement? The IT manager? Find out exactly who's involved in buying the product or service. And that is everything. Like your messaging, your imagery, your funnel is all going to be targeted to that one specific individual. It's just like the age-old saying, if you market to everybody, you'll be heard by no one. Same with your B2B marketing strategies. If it's a B2C or business to consumer client, you're going to want to break down a few more steps to really understand and unpack who that buyer is. Number one, you're going to want to understand the basics. What are the demographics, the age, sex, location, lifestyle? What does this person look like? And second, and arguably more importantly, you're going to want to understand the psychographics of the individual. What are their interests? What are their hobbies? What are their likes? What are their dislikes? Who do they follow? What platforms are they on? This is going to build the psychographic profile of your ideal buyer. Now, at this point, you might be like, hey,
why am I asking all these questions? I just want to build a campaign. Tell me what to run.
This is so vital to the success of the campaign. Like I said, you can go 100 miles an hour in the wrong direction if you start building a campaign and don't deeply discuss these topics with your clients. So I would recommend before you bring them on and you have that kickoff call, go through this. Ask these questions, and your client is going to trust you after going through this because they're going to understand that you understand them and you understand their ideal buyer. And that's going to give you much more power as a consultant and really as a strategic advisor for your client if you deeply understand these concepts. So stick with me here, but be taking notes. These are the questions you want to ask on your kickoff call to ensure we can create a strategic campaign. Now, once you have some of these foundational elements, demographics, psychographics, is it B2B? Is it B2C? I get what my business does. Now we want to break down the pain and limiting beliefs. This is the backbone of the entire campaign. This is the drum that we're going to be beating, from the headlines to the ad copy to the funnel page to the follow-up. All of this is going to be broken down by pain and limiting beliefs. So again, take out some notes and write this down and ask your clients, what is the pain point that your product or service solves? What are some inferior ways that it's being solved today that we are doing better? AKA, what is our unique value proposition in the market? Get very clear on these things. Next, you want to write down, what are all the limiting beliefs? And what I mean by limiting beliefs are, what are the things that are holding people back from taking action? What are the concerns or objections they have before they actually buy the product or service? So simply ask your client, before somebody buys, like, what are the typical concerns? What are the typical objections that come up? List those out. This isn't something you're going to sweep under the rug. You're going to put this at the forefront of your marketing campaign, because if you overcome these things, you'll be able to convert and win. Now, once we have all these vital pieces of information, now we can build the campaign. So let's put this thing together. Now, there's two campaigns that you can typically set up that convert for most small businesses. Number one is the need it now. I can transactionally convert people who are raising their hand and saying, I need this product or service. And then there's the people that look like the ideal buyer that need to be marketed to and convinced and converted. Here's an example. Say your client is a plumber. Most likely, you're not going to market them in the Facebook newsfeed, Instagram newsfeed, and disrupt their day and then have them all of a sudden say, hey, I need to contact a plumber. No, if they need a plumber, they're going to go to Google, they're going to type in plumbers near me, and they're going to want to get in contact with a plumber. It's a need it now kind of a service, a point in time service. Some of your clients might be both. It might be a luxury, and also sometimes they need it now. But if your client has a point in time service like this or product, Google ads are going to be your best friend. And the campaign would simply be bidding on those keywords, going to a landing page that they can contact and convert for the business. They need the service, you can provide it, simple funnel. On the other hand, say you're working with a realtor and they just focus on selling homes. They should have some Google listings in case somebody's actively searching for one, but most of the time it's not going to be a fast transaction to sell your home. This is something that people are going to be thinking about for a while. This is where your campaign needs to educate, get in front of the right people, and build trust. Now you're probably thinking, Derek, didn't you just say you shouldn't run these fluffy campaigns? You're exactly right. We're not running a fluffy campaign here. And we're not talking about the billboard sign. We're talking about specific social ads that you can actually convert with. For example, you could run a Facebook or Instagram ad to all of the homeowners in your client's town. And the ad can be the top 5 things that you need to do to increase your home value. Now, somebody may not be ready to actually sell their home today, but if they're starting to think about it, if they're thinking, hey, how can I increase the home value of my house, of my rental property, what have you, they click through, trade their name, email, and number for a specific guide, and that is your conversion point. In this case, you're building awareness, educating, and most importantly, converting. The tangible results that you'll be able to show to your client. You can apply this strategy to most high-ticket businesses. Ask your client, what are the top 5 questions that you get or concerns before people buy from you? Similar to the limiting beliefs, but more of like the helpful steps that they go through to actually get them through the onboarding process. These are going to be great points that you could simply create for any kind of PDF or guide that's going to work fantastic for a lead generation campaign. And this is going to build a valuable list for your customers to then follow up with to close business. Nobody cares about likes, views, vanity metrics like that. They care about conversion. These disruptive newsfeed ads that provide value and, most importantly, still convert are going to be gold for your clients. If you're confused on any of this, I highly recommend you check out the SMMA Blueprint. It's 120 modules that we've created to help you start, grow, and scale your agency. It's the top-rated course on the market. Don't take my word for it. Check it out on Google. You won't be disappointed. And if you want a step-by-step breakdown on how to actually fulfill these campaigns, check out this video here where I've completely broken down how to fulfill SMMA services step by step. I'll see you over there.